Yeah, so I'm Jeremy Parker. I own Parker Services Heating and Air, and it kind of stings that I'm a seasoned guy now because I felt like for the long time I was the rookie, but I guess 2017, Curtis invited me out. He was president then, and thinking about what I could talk about this club, I have gotten a lot of business out of the club. There's been a lot of referrals. But well beyond that, I look around and I see a bunch of friends I've made. When I joined, one of the things, and I've said this several times, but really struck me about this club was all the retired people that stayed in the club. We have had a pile of people that maintain retired status. Like there was no referrals for them to gain. But you just develop such strong relationships because we seem to have attracted a lot of really good people. Something we've been talking about in C12, I'm in the C12 group with Ricky, it's a Christian business owners group. We've been talking about mentoring. And for a young guy in business, mentors are incredibly important. And even as I become an older guy in business, I realize mentors are incredibly important. So kind of more of the story about how I came into the club. It probably goes back to when Curtis was building I Associates of Tallahassee. And I think I was a college kid at the time. And Curtis was asking for all of this crazy stuff that I hated and did not want to do. He wanted me to go open books because there was a lot of changes. And I wanted to fight that so bad, but Curtis was looking out for our best interest on that project, and we worked through that. And honestly, the more I think about it, Curtis has been a mentor professionally for me. Curtis brings excellence into everything that I've worked on with him that he does, and I've really appreciated that. So when Curtis called and he's like, "Hey, you should join this club," I was like, I'm in. You know, y'all could have been some kind of a weird blood cult. But thank God you were not some weird blood cult. And it's been a great time. Got to meet Nancy. We've developed a pretty good friendship over the years. And John, her son. I mean, I could go on all day about the relationships I've built with the people in this room. You know, we like to say that we're the oldest and most prestigious business club in Tallahassee, and I can attest to the prestige in this room because we do have very high quality members in here. I receive, in addition to business, because I do a lot of business with the club, I do get constructive criticism from the time. And it is well received from the people in this room. Because I know that when my guys or my systems or something we have is screwed up, my fellow business owners and business executives, they really want me to do a good job. Not just do a good job for them, but to succeed in my life. And so I know sometimes you get that defensive little tinge, like you want to push back on that, but I'm like, no, this person cares for me, and so I know that I have implemented actionable, improvements in my business based on experiences that our members have had with us, and that's incredibly valuable. So that's one of the major values of this club. Another thing that I would strongly suggest for everybody in the club. I got in. Curtis called me one day and he's like, "Well, we kind of want you on the board, but we feel like you should be in the club for at least a year." And so I got to go a year, but then I got on the board. And you can really nurture those relationships just by serving, right? It's fun. I don't say it's super difficult, but sometimes it's kind of hard. There's a lot of personalities in the room, a lot of opinions in the room, and on the board when you're serving, when you're trying to line up speakers or fix the procedures or the bylaws or any of the number of things you do on the board. There's a lot of people we're trying to do the best we can for, and so there's extra meetings, extra food, and just time to get to know each other. Like you really can know somebody when you're kind of moving towards a similar goal together on a committee. So that's why when Marina asked me, do you want to help out with programs, everything in my schedule and heart said no. I don't want to do that, but I'd like to get to know Marina, and so absolutely I'm here to serve on that. As we are looking at board nominations, I've been on those committees several times, and it's hard. Please just say, hey, I'd like to do something, because it does make it a lot easier. That being said, serving on the board, I've learned a lot serving on the board, because we've had, I would say, the Tallahassee 100 Club board operates well. And I came from a position where I had never done that stuff before, and now I've served on a couple other boards that had no freaking clue what we were doing, and so I have taken value that I've learned from serving on this board and just the knowledge over 60 years of club operation, and taking it to other organizations. So there's a lot to learn there. So yeah, this is a wonderful club, and we'd love to have you, John. I've done a ton of business with Mr. Haslett, and he is the guy for gold, so I can attest to his quality. But yeah, guests, I could not speak more highly about this club, well beyond receiving business. And I bet I probably would win the prize for getting a lot of business, because I sell large ticket item, large dollar items. But the relationships are great. If you like warm hugs, there's a lot of hugs to be had. I've gotten at least 6 today, so good for that too. So yeah, Tallahassee 100 Club means business, friendship, love, good stuff.